And we're back. And that's up. And this is up. Well,
Yep.
foot. That sucked. I blame Shaman for being excited to get the stream going early. Well, darn. You can't blame Shaman. She was half asleep. Delirium,
Yeah.
says Mr. Push the Button. Hey, I was defending you. I was trying to make it to where he couldn't say that kind of stuff.
I mean, you did put the Dukes of Hazzard's Planet Crafter car in
Yeah,
Discord, so you know.
yeah. And this makes the third stream running that I've had OBS crash on me and just stop streaming. So it's just stupid. It makes no sense. Makes me wonder if I need to upgrade OBS or something. Usually OBS will tell you if it's got an upgrade. I think the whole push the button thing has kind of become a good joke.
Yep.
So, we've all said it. But it started with Joro. I mean, let's be honest. So it's Joro's fault.
Sounds good to me.
Hey. This is one of Mayhem's habs, and he... Country Lady made new creatures yesterday, and at least she didn't say they were butt ugly, so... Rain is falling around me, and my hydration level is low. And for those who might not have heard, like I said, we're playing till 9:30 or 4 TTI, whichever one comes first. I didn't want to be finished 4 minutes after starting, though. Okay. He turned out cute. I think it's a species 6 that is so weird looking. I have kind of said that I'm not doing golf on Fridays anymore. I'm going to give it a rest. And I'm looking for something else to do on Fridays. Because I don't know what to do on Fridays. But that's all right. Dave and I, before the chat started, were looking into Hydroneer, and that would be great. However,
It's back to 1988 and playing Super Mario multiplayer with your friends.
yeah, I tried to play Hydroneer, and it's split screen. And I said, just as soon as we got into it, everything was working, and we were walking around a little bit. It was like we'd make the audience throw up if we were to play like this for an hour and a half. I mean, it was for as much as I wouldn't mind playing Hydroneer.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was not good. And if that's what they think multiplayer is, I got bad news for them.
Yep.
So if anybody has any suggestions about what a good Friday activity multiplayer would be, I would be all ears. And Shaman says, I appreciate that, Johnny. Oh, BS. I heard someone say big solar flare a few days ago was causing worldwide tech issues, so technically it's the sun's fault. I've heard of blame it on the rain. I haven't heard of blame it on the sun. I mean, but it's as good as any.
There are some ancient gods that are going to ruin your coffee now, Shaman.
Wasn't the Egyptian sun god Ra? I mean, now maybe I'm talking out my
Yep.
backside, but
Yep. Ra was Egypt. Apollo was Greece. I think Rome adopted Apollo as well. I can't remember which one the Norse god is for the sun. Yeah.
and Shaman says I tried. You did well. You did really well. I'm looking to see if there's anything we want to buy. Do you know that there's a 1,400% butterfly larva?
Which one?
It is the Fallaria butterfly larva. It's pink.
I believe I got that one on the wall. I think I bought that one just put it
Yeah,
on the
but
wall.
why don't we put that in some butterfly farms? I mean, you know.
Because we got a lot of butterfly farms with 1,500.
Okay, I'll shut up. Ken Joss frog eggs 500, production multiplier fuse, energy multiplier.
Yeah, I bought
fuse. We
the
got
tree, the fish eggs, the butterfly, and the frog eggs the last time.
spacesuit Vatio.
Bought that one. It's in the display room.
Spacesuit Widio.
Don't think I bought that one.
Rounded living compartment. I'm just not into those. Appreciate you guys waiting for me to move to the moon. I feel like I'm holding you back, though. Country lady, bite your tongue.
Yep. Nope. You are not.
No, you're a valued part of the team, and you have to work. You know. Don't even go there. You are not holding us back. You
And
are.
also, God, if all three of us don't leave on the same rocket, who knows what's going to do to the save game if you jump in on Saturday and we're on another planet and you're still in Humble.
I hate to say he's right, but I think he's right. What surprises me is that regular fabric will get you Terra tokens, but the smart fabric that you can change all different colors doesn't.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. Tell me something, Dave. Should we break out containers so all the mutagens have their own container? Rosnium rod.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, stupid work always gets in the way. Yeah, I know.
Oh, somebody's already been in this one. I'll take that one off the list.
Yeah, we're going to have to expand somewhere somehow. What I want to know is we've got 3 singles or 4 singles right here that we could take out, but we've got stuff on top of them. So I don't know if we could put a 2x2 in here or not.
I
You could
I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to run the risk of things breaking.
chicken.
So,
Chicken. How mad will you be if I take one out?
I mean, go for it. You know what's the worst that happens? She'll have to rebuild the whole base. Well, I'm pouring diesel on it.
And I'm going to walk up here and see. I think that we could undo those and put a 2x2 in there. I just got to make sure we've got enough for a 2x2.
Yeah.
And I want to say we do.
If I'm not mistaken, a 2x2 is like 3 iron, 3 titanium, 2 super alloy.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah, if we don't have that, yeah.
Plus, I'm going to get some back when I deconstruct some of this.
Yep. Yeah, you're going to get iron back from those 1x1s.
Yep. Oh, come on. Backwards. All right, get that off of there so I don't accidentally deconstruct something. And then I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to go, I want to build that. And there we are.
Well, there you go.
I think we could actually build a second one.
Yeah, I think there should be space for a couple of them.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but I've just built myself in such a way that I dropped inside the door. And now I can't get out of here. And I'm not lying.
I'm watching this.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. I made it happen. Yeah, I was standing just too far inside the door. I will rebuild it, I promise. Yeah, overlords are always crimping our style. Get to walk through the frog farm.
52.
Fit right in there like it was made that way. Done.
There you go.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to break a few eggs.
Yep.
Shaman, I was surprised that I was awake enough to do that. James, yes, we do have beehives. Hold on for just a second, and I'll show you where we've got them. We have tier 2 beehives, and they're up here on the roof. There's 4 of them. And the other 2 are on the other side over there. Dave,
Yes, sir.
There's also all this genetic equipment. We could do a 2x2 here too. I think. No, it is a 2x2. Okay.
It is 2x2.
Duh. It looks different.
Probably just because it's so active of a space.
Yeah, it just, the
Like, I
floors.
packed a lot of crap into that little space.
Yes, you did. James, just so you know, we're working. This is a full startup of Planet Humble that we're into, and we're working toward the moon's update. And this stream is either going to run until 9:30 Central U.S. time or 4 TTI, whichever one comes first this morning. I don't need to be carrying around a habitat with me, so all that can go back. So that's good.
I can't believe there's still ice underground.
You said the magic word. I think underground is the reason. I also think that I'm going to go through a portal wreck to
Yep.
again, just to make sure I didn't leave anything laying there. James, I have to ask, are you a Planet Crafter player also? There was a second ship in the open portal that we didn't go in. And it's right back over there. I think I went in both of them. I gotta say, and you could take this for a review of sorts, I have 560 something hours in this game. I was playing it during its early access phase from 0.4 on, and it's only up to 1.5. 1.520 is what it's on right now.
Yep.
My computers are ancient, not much good for modern gaming. What I'm on right now is an Intel Gen 5 that has 64 gig of ECC memory. It's an HP Z440, and the only thing modern in it, halfway, is the GPU. It's a RTX 3060 with 12 gig of RAM, and I just changed that. I was running an RTX 1070 with 8 gig of RAM. So this game is very forgiving about what you're playing it on for the most part.
Yep.
And I have to say, replayability on this game, I have played this game a million times, and every time turns out different. Every building you build turns out different, even if you're building in the same place. It's, not terrible.
Yep.
Country lady, somebody's been down here because there's a flare that's set off in the floor, and it might have been me. See how many keys I need to get in the big door. Yeah, I'm a 62-year-old retired IT guy. I know about ancient computers. And need 2 of them. Good deal. I'm going to go back and get a fusion cell. Quite frankly, I think Planet Crafter is even for sale right now. It's $13.99, $14 if you're in the U.S.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go get a fusion cell and a couple of keys and
Okay.
yeah, all the tech I have around me is ancient. I do have a room full of it, and it's all old. But I bought it for pennies on the dollar. I have a Dell R710 sitting here in front of me that my best friend gave me. That he's got one, and I've got one, and he lives the next state over. He said, I just wanted you to have the same thing. And only an X4 slot. I can't even slot in an X8 sound card. Wow, that is old. I used to repair computers, and the computer I'm on right now I bought off a Facebook Marketplace for $50 and stuffed a motherboard in it, and I've been putting sticks of memory in it as I could afford them. Stick of memory was $16 a pop off of eBay for the most part. Yeah, that's... Whew. And the other person that's with me is Big Dave, and we also play on Saturday mornings, and usually Country Lady, who is in chat, plays with us on Saturdays, or Sundays if I play on a Sunday. So it's an old Xeon system. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have a Dell T3620 with a i7 7th gen in it that I'm fixing to cobble the good video card in and put it in a whole nother case because I thought this one was the bigger, faster computer, and it's not. So there's fixing to be a hardware change here at the Daily Yak. Yeah, this is a fun game. There's a hell of a lot of replayability in it, and as far as value for the money, there's a good bit of it.
Yeah. And I can honestly say, as another person, I've been backing it since the what was it, the Kickstarter. And
really, you got in before I did.
Yeah, and I've been playing since they were putting out the pre-Steam builds, and it's a game I still come back to every time. It's never been not on my computer. It's always been installed, and yeah, you take breaks from it just because you get burnt out on a game after a little while, but you can. This is one of those ones where it's like, you know what, time to go back to it, and they really do a good job with it, the devs.
And they've upgraded it for free, and their DLCs aren't screamingly expensive,
And big thing is no microtransactions. There's no, none of that
crap
that you get from the AAA developers. And I think that's the biggest thing is, it's not as pretty as Call of Duty or not as pretty as, Skyrim or whatever, but they've got nice graphics for it and it tells a good story at the end of the day. So
James, as far as AMD is concerned, I know nothing about them. Many years ago, I had an AMD processor and I went to play a game and it said, no, I can't play it. When I went to look into why, it was because it didn't follow the Intel, x86 design set close enough. Oh, I didn't get keys. And it was one of those things that I went to Intel and I've never went back. I haven't had an AMD system since. But every place that I worked in enterprise networking and such were all Intel shops. Skyrim can't be that hard to run since it runs on an Xbox 360 yet.
No, I will say where Johnny doesn't have the experience with AMD. I've been running AMD for now 20 years.
Yeah, my counterpart here, Dave.
Yeah. I had basically my thing was I had an Intel system that just fried itself right out the door, and I kind of stopped using them and never went back. And I went Team Red and have never left Team Red. And but I've had no issues with it.
Waiting for someone to port old crap to Raspberry Pi. It's been done.
Yep.
There's a lot of retro gaming that is on Raspberry Pi. What is the name of that emulator? I want to say Balicera, but I could be wrong with that. There's emulation been done on Raspberry Pi. I mean, yeah, and the story's good too, Shaman. Now, let me see if I can go and open this door for the third try, because I'm... Whoa! Figure out how to use compute modules as graphics cards. Yeah. I have to admit, I like a Raspberry Pi. They interest me. My best friend runs one to run his Pi-hole, which is a DNS ad blocker. And because I didn't have the money to outlay for that, to be one-trick pony, I have a couple of Dell, I want to say they're 3060s. Well, that's a 780. I've got two 780s sitting here in front of me that were small form factor x86 Dells that I did the same thing with. I'm running my Pi-hole off of a Cisco 5512X firewall. It's all just ones and zeros, right? Yeah, because when I got this firewall, I was, I'm a sucker for old enterprise equipment. I'll be perfectly honest. I worked with so much of it that, and when I got it and I found out that you could put a VGA header on it and have graphics off of that device, and I started throwing Pi-hole on it, I'm tickled to death with it. It's been extremely good. And I've gotten my Pi-hole, my Raspberry Pi itch taken care of by other things that were less expensive that I had on me. I got pennies into most of this equipment. Or somebody has been benevolent, my best friend, and gifted it to me. because I'd gotten rid of a lot of computer stuff when I moved from South Carolina to Texas, and all of a sudden, big box shows up on my door, and my best friend gets me on the phone and says, "Hey, I gave that to you because if we ever want to mess with something together, I want you to have the same hardware I got." And that's how I got my Dell 710, but the darn thing is so noisy. Whew. Oh, you dummy. You got to consume those, even though that makes no sense to me. Dave?
Yes,
do we need a tier 2 mutagen?
No.
Okie doke.
Nah, you don't have to grab mutagens anymore.
I'm just leaving it there then.
Yeah, because all reality, if I'm running low, I can craft them in bulk pretty quick. So. Okay.
We don't need any of that. Oh, wow. I'm walking down a hallway. There were 4 pieces of debris blocking the hallway. So that tells me something good's down through here. Oh, it's the fusion generator.
Did you bring a fusion reactor?
Yeah, I brought a fusion cell, yes. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Now, speaking of this game, Deconstructions of Wreck can get you new blueprints, but when you first start, this is kind of grindy until you get up into the middle stages of the game. And if I see something I can deconstruct, I'll do it, but I don't see anything on this ship. And let's walk back around to the hallway that I was in before I went down that hallway. All right, we're going up the steps. Don't need any of that. I'm hoping the game my brother and I are playing isn't broken. Let's just say something was supposed to happen at a certain point, but it didn't. Ooh. That's not good. Wow.
There it is.
I thought I had found something to deconstruct, but no. Well, country lady, I hope that works. Nope, no more hallway there.
Okay.
I really don't want to start over. Yeah. Yeah, James, if you deconstruct this cozy chair, it will, well, it didn't give me the blueprint that time.
Because we've already got it.
Yeah. Darlene, hope you have a good eye doctor's appointment. Hope it goes well for you.
Yep.
But like the planet viewer, there's that. And we already have that too, so
Okay.
no need for that. Nothing in that. Do we need a 1200% tree? I don't think we do.
No.
And I'm about to go find the exit because I'm pretty well full.
There, grab that. I got it already. Find it in a minute.
What are you mumbling about, Dave?
Just green chest hunting. I'm trying to remember which ones I've already grabbed.
Yeah. There's the fireplace, and we have it. And we don't need any more rocket engines.
Nope.
Ooh, a storm.
Yep.
So Dave is the AMD resident expert. Yeah. If I had AMD questions, I'd go to him.
Well, in reality, like AMD and Intel these days, you know, they're using the same, you know, code set, I guess you could say, for the production, you know, like the software side. So none of the problems that we used to have in the early days exist anymore. It's now mostly just, you know, performance and power usage.
At my last job before I retired, one of the guys I was working with said that AMDs were faster, and they probably are. I had, you know, no doubt in my mind. Now I've got to get the heck out of here, and it's not that way. All right, we walked back through there. Oh, there's an effigy that I don't have.
Get put in the shelf.
Yep. I'm going to leave all that there.
This? Okay, that's right. Maybe like that.
Hey, that was pretty good. Came right out, right back at the flare.
Nice.
Yeah. In some respects,
Almost
it's
makes
on
you
the
think
back
you
foot.
know what you're doing.
Yeah, like I've played this game for 568 hours or something.
Yeah. Or something.
And James, you're right. Heck, I remember running the original IBM that was on an 8088 chip.
Yep. One of those.
You know, and that just means I'm old. There's a gentleman that has a channel. His name is Epitronics. That he rebuilds old Macs and old IBMs. He's got a thing for IBMs, and he's rebuilt some of the older ones. And I worked in a lot of places that IBM was the only thing that they would run, and that was right before Lenovo bought them. So good morning, Mayhem. You got a hairball?
Hmm?
Mayhem comes in.
Oh, I saw that. Okay, yeah. Just I went said that. It's like, oh, I see.
I think I've got an 8088 assembly language textbook in my crap somewhere. Yeah.
I will admit, I still have my old Tandy Coco language book floating around here somewhere.
Coco. Wow.
Yep.
When I went to college, and I went to college at the ripe age of 38 and graduated at 43, I was the last semester to take Cobalt. And Cobalt actually made sense to me. I still have my C128. I thought maybe he was doing Bill the Cat. And you're on the right idea. The reason why the channel is named the Daily Yak is because it was the paper in Bloom County was the Daily Yak. Which is why I have this name.
My previous job, I used Cobalt quite heavily.
Yeah, but they're not teaching it anymore. Cobalt actually made
No.
sense to me. C++, I could get through it before we started using functions. Once we hit functions and started, branching out, function blew my mind. I can do a little bit of JavaScript if I have to, but it wasn't where my talents lied in other places.
Yeah.
Uh,
You should take a look at Unity sometimes. Jeez.
yeah, Mayhem, you
That one just...
better watch putting power to that. You might need capacitors in it after a certain point. You're talking about Unity, the game engine?
Yep.
What this is made off of?
Well, Unity 5, I've been looking at it. Because I have an idea, I just don't know how to build it. And yeah.
I understand. James, my first computer was an Atari 800, not an 800 XL, and there is a difference. I knew how to hack that thing considerably. That was a fun computer while it lasted, and then when IBM's and 8088s and the x86 command set took over everything. My first IBM was a 286.
Yeah, I had the 8088. Then from there I went to 386. From there I went to a 486. To Pentium 1, Pentium 2, Pentium 3, Pentium 4. Then I got my first AMD. Then I went back to Intel one more time. And that's when I had the computer that fried itself right out the box.
I did.
And then I've been with AMD ever since, and that was 2006.
Yeah, Mayhem. I did not know that. I was not into Commodores at all. I thought they were weird because I did Atari, and you could actually, Ataris had bootable, disc. You could throw a disc in and boot right off the disc. There was none of this load colon quote star quote whatever stuff. That stuff was alien to me, and a lot of what I did with an Atari, I turned around, and it directly transferred over into the IBM world, because where they called it a VTOC, volume table of contents, that was where the directory lived on an Atari disk. Well, when I came over to IBM, it's called a FAT, file allocation table. They did the same thing. With what I gained working with the Atari, I took with me when I started dealing with IBMs. Yeah, Dave, I walked out of travel pay at my first base at Eielson in December of 1984. I had $427 that they paid me. I bought my first Atari 800 for $400, and that was the computer, the disk drive, and I want to say it was a 300 baud cut modem. And had to go buy a phone to use in the cup modem. And, taught myself from there. I could copy protected disk on that thing.
Yep.
Whereas Bloom County was a, Bloom County is a cartoon by Berkeley Breathed. It was put out from, I think, 85 to 89, or I'm thinking it was early 80s until like 85 or 86. And main character, well, you said Bill the Cat, but, Opus and everything. And I don't know that there is a Bloom County. It might be in real life. Oh, I picked those up to put those away because I don't think we... because it's full. I can't. No. No, I actually live in Central Texas, and that's all I'll say on the subject right out in open chat. I don't announce where I'm at. I worked on networks and firewalls, and I know if you really wanted to find out where I lived, it wouldn't be hard. We're at 2.91 TTI. And our biomass is still moving along. Steady.
Good, good.
And we're at 60% toward complete terraformation, which is 4. So. Now, I will say I have lived a variety of places. I was a military brat and then went in the military myself. So, Adrian's Digital Basement Tinker was where to throw computers also, often hardware repairs at the board level. I have to say I wish I could do that. I have developed the shakes in my left hand due to chronic arthritis in my shoulder. And I can solder. I know how. I could tell you how. But can I do it on a physical level? Not really. I soldered about 4 wires together on a generator 2 months ago, and it was the biggest mess I've ever done in my life. I got the job done, but it sucked. It was it was not good or pretty.
Yep.
And then I covered up all the sins with heat shrink and kept right on going. Let me see. I want to make sure that I'm giving the proper gentleman credit. Something that goes along with Adrian's digital basement. If I can find Epitronics also does board level repairs. He actually burnt up a Commodore PET in a video here not long ago, plugged it in and let all the magic smoke out of it. Yeah, he was not a happy camper. Through-board stuff, not surface mount stuff with reballing. Some of it is, some of it isn't. Surface mount stuff I could probably still no, I can't talk. Stumble through it, but surface mount is, yeah, beyond me. Multi-layer PCBs are also different. Another good channel for that, I want to say he's Welsh, a fellow by the name of Buy It, Fix It. That guy is good. I've seen only a handful of things that he couldn't fix. He's very impressive. Dave, where are you at? Dave, where are you at? Hello, Dave. Yeah, that's like black magic. You're not wrong. Dave, can you hear me now?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I would just wondered what you were doing.
Yeah, still wandering around underground trying to see if there's any missed green bookers or boxes.
I got the only couple that I knew about. Oh, heck, I could take the transporter down there. Northwest Repair tried to fix a broken graphics card. And multi-layer boards defeated him. Yeah. The sky isn't ominous.
Just a heat storm.
Everything has a pretty shade of pink or purple to it.
Yeah. We are at, well, basically 3 TTI.
Yeah. Well, we got everything moving.
Yep.
I don't need that. And I don't need to undo that, but I'm going to anyway. Got to put up windmills high to harvest all that wind. Yeah. feeling that there's things I haven't been in. I don't know that we need that, but I'll take it anywho.
What's that?
It was a super alloy that was laying in a box.
I mean, technically didn't need it. We got a locker full of them.
Yeah. We've already been in the big green ship. Did you ever get that harvester to work?
No, I gave up.
The energy is available planet-wide. If you put down power someplace, it goes to the whole planet.
Oh, that's correct. Get up.
Whoa. I moved the the control stick a little too quick and about gave myself a dose of vertigo.
Oh no.
No alloy left behind. Sometimes you gotta, when you've already got a metric ton of it. I mean,
Yeah.
well, there's two distinct, situations in this game. You're either grinding or you're not, and after you get out of the grinding phase and you get the drones to do stuff, I'm back and the air is fixed. Yay! Let's see, considering power. 18,539.06 kilowatts. 5 nuclear fusion generators, 14 solar panels, and 3 wind turbines. You can't program the drones, but you have a logistics system that you can make the drones. You can't supply and demand the same thing, from something, but like if you had 2 different things in here, you can't make it collect iron off the ground. You would have to have a drill to do that. And the lower tier drills will, no matter what they say they're collecting, they'll collect pretty much everything, like tier 1s and tier 2s. But tier 3s, you can turn on and collect that specific item. And I remember when tier 3 drills used to be, the ending of the game. Are there underwater drones? No, there's not. But drones will pick up algae if you set a container to ask for algae, it'll pick up the algae that's growing. Let me see if I can find out. Compass, osmium, and silicone. And I forget what a compass needs. Silicon, magnesium, 2 aluminum. Dave must have found Terra tokens.
Nope, that wasn't me. Could have been Trade Rocket.
Yeah. James, I'll show you the critters here in just a second. What was I doing building that? Osmium and silicone. We do have a bunch of people working on this planet. It's mainly been myself, Big Dave, and Country Lady. However, Mayhem has also been here. And, you know, they're all invited anytime we're playing.
Yep.
Oh, good grief. Look at him.
Checked all those on this. Yeah, I think we must have gotten most of the green boxes.
Yeah, well, no, there's 23 of them.
Yep, 23.
And I don't think we've gotten anywhere near that.
All the ones I've been looking for are not there.
And from what I know, there's not different suits for different situations. Whoop. And this little guy is hard to find standing still. When he's moving, he's really moving. The space suits are just one of those things they added just for something different, as you can see. Turn off my light. This Sentinel Core one is the one that you usually start out with. But then, whoa. And there's also that one and a few others.
Yep.
Like there's all black. There's the pink one. Just something fun for a difference, which is helpful when you're playing with a bunch of different people and, you know, everybody has the same spacesuit on, even though their name is over their head. Dave, it's 9:04, and we're at 3
Yep.
TTI. I think we're going to hit 9:30 before we hit 4 TTI.
Yeah,
That's all right, though.
that's okay. I mean, it gives us a little time to prep for on Saturday. So,
Yeah, gives us something to go for.
yep.
Carefully manipulating explosive devices. In order to extract rare minerals, everything's going well. Log, finding target, approaching target, placing explosive device, moving away from explosive device. Can't complete. Activating explosive device.
Find a couple cosmic crystals though.
Say that again.
I did find a couple cosmic crystals though. So.
I can't understand you.
Oh, sorry. I had my mic way down. I did find some cosmic crystals though. So.
Ah, that's a good thing.
Yep.
And I apologize for being hard of hearing, but
Oh, I had my mic pushed down too because I was drinking coffee. So.
it kind of came with the territory. You don't work around F-16s for all those years and not be a little hard of hearing.
Yep. It's like you don't work around explosives with it going losing a bit of it.
Well, it's like the saying, "Good morning, Vietnam." I don't care what you're playing as long as you play it loud.
Yep.
Yep. That looks like super alloy falling.
Don't need it.
Yeah, absolutely don't need it. But we have a super alloy drill, an obsidian drill, and there's one other.
Nope. Or if there are, then we didn't get teleporters by them. I know that. 'Cause with the ones I put out, I put teleporters beside. So.
And the one I put out, you went and put a teleporter to the side because I didn't. Because that was the first thing you asked when I said we have obsidian. You said, did you put a teleporter by it? Nope. Basically, all we're waiting on is the in-game items. We've got all the biomass stuff, and the only things we're waiting on is extraction platform, solar system screen, and the interplanetary travel rocket.
Yep.
So we're right on the cusp of finishing Humble.
Yep.
All music should be turned up to 11 anyway, on principle. So if you finish the planet, then you can do a moon or what? Yes, we've got to be like our terraformation index is 3.04. And we've got to get to 4 to finish. But then above 4, you can also, I think it's 4.15.
Yep.
Yeah. You get the solar system screen and the interplanetary travel rocket. You can actually go to moons and such. There are 2 moons in the other planet, which is Planet Prime. Good morning, Dress. How are you, sir?
Morning, Andreas.
I hope your computer is doing better. That you can hear the flame standing by the fire pot.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, that is cool.
And the reason why we started a whole new playthrough is I took a poll on my Discord and said, would you rather me do the Moons update from one of my completed games, or would you rather me do the Moons update from a new starting point? And Planet Humble New Start won out. So that's why we're here working toward the completion. And there's something they've added to the game recently is posters. Dave. These mannequins still freak me out. I could beat you with a space tool. I'm okay. PC as well here. It seems stable in idle state, but for some games, just crash and freeze very often. Planet Crafter and Road Crafter pretty much unplayable at the moment. Ooh, not good.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that Road Crafter really seems like a good game. I'm going to replace the memory when it gets here. Could be 9 June before it arrives. Yeah, I understand that.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry that that's happening. That's quite concerning. Okay. Are we just having a heat storm? Does look like it. Can't play without it freezing up. Yeah, that's quite frustrating. And I agree. Now, I will say that I've had trouble with YouTube my last 3 streams, and this one this morning played for like 4 minutes and 16 seconds, and YouTube just said, "You're done." Also ordered a new motherboard, CPU, memory combo to start a new build. I'll have to buy parts as I can afford them. Yeah. Dress, if there's ever any way you think I can help, or you want to talk to somebody to keep from beating your head against the wall, I will be more than happy to do what I can. Hold it. We haven't been out to the observation deck in a long time. Oh, come on. I wasn't trying to stand up in the chair and wave, but that's what we did. Wouldn't it be neat if you could put butterflies in the aquariums so they would be fish in the bottom and
Oh yeah,
butterflies in the top?
yeah.
Oh, that's a good looking butterfly, but it's probably not worth anything. Yep, 175%. That's 1,500, and that's 1,500. Excellent. Dave is being very quiet.
Do genetic stuff.
You look like a kid in the parade there, Johnny, waving at the floats. Yes. Yes. Well, what made me think about the fact that I hadn't been to the observation deck was that chair. Because there's one in the observation deck, too.
Replacement couches.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. That means he's up to something, Johnny. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if he's getting quiet, there's skullduggery going on, or he's getting explosives.
Oh, hush, you people.
Oh, he told us to, hush. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Dave. Even Shaman agrees that you're up to something. Whoa.
No.
Is this? Yep, that's the pulsar quartz. Lovely.
That one I would go chasing.
Yeah, that one's worth chasing. All the rest of it, not quite. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. I got one. You're good at tuning memory timings. I might need to pick your brains. No, I haven't a clue as to how to do it. But I also know that my frustration level about having a computer that doesn't work is pretty high, and just talking to somebody can help me tremendously. Come on, out of there. Strong feeling that it's my issue. I do hope the new memory has a profile that doesn't need tuning. Yeah. That's 5. There's probably a couple more after all the rocks vanish. Well, there's 6. Here's 7. Chortling under his breath in Canadian. Dave,
I know.
it's only 'cause we love you.
Yep.
We're only a little warped, Dave, I promise.
Yep. Just a wee bit. Okay, so I got that.
Ryzen 7 7900X CPU processor bundle with Gigabyte B650 gaming X AXV2 motherboard is what I ordered. Ah. It's a generation above what I currently have. Yeah, I understand that. I figured if I came over here to the DNA area, there'd be Big Dave walking around.
Yep.
The big issue will be is if I have to replace the graphics card. Yeah, I just did that. Whew. The only little hiccup I had changing my graphics card was that it has 3 display ports and HDMI port, and that was it. I just had to grab another cable, and luckily I had it. But excuse me while I suck down the last little bit of coffee I have. Because if we don't do anything else good, we drink coffee and talk crap. So, yeah, 3 display ports and 1 HDMI is pretty much industry standard. The 1060 it replaced had 2 HDMIs and 2 display ports, but other than that, find the big boulders that are left over such a waste of pulsar quartz. Yeah, true. And I don't know if they've ever suggested that or not. Now that some of that has vanished, make sure that I didn't miss any pulsar quartz. Don't look like it. How many drones do we have?
I don't remember correctly, 15 or 20, maybe?
15, and now that we've got everything set up, we're not really hitting them hard.
Nope.
I was thinking about building more, but it doesn't look like we need any. We are 3.14 TTI, which makes us almost 70% to complete terraformation. And animals are still on the march. Everything else is kind of flattened out. Are you still splicing DNA fragments, Dave?
Oh, I'm petting the pets.
Ah. Excuse me? Oh, you've got DNA's traits, colors, sizes. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
I lost our little lizard guy.
And we have no animal food.
No, I just fed him the high quality food this time.
Yeah. Alright.
Meteor storm.
Yeah. Just a plain old storm. Dave, just so you know, once we get done here, in the next 5 minutes, I get to go mow yards again. The Texas heat about baked me yesterday.
Yep.
I actually also mow a neighbor's yard. Since I got a riding mower. Shaman says, nicely organized DNA stuff, Dave. Dave's done wonderful with this base. I had very little to do with it. Well, you got enough bees to make a sub-hive out in the world. Wow.
And I just, like, melted a pile of them down for their traits.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's how fast those beehives are spitting them out.
Wow. And I'm thinking the logistics, the Terra token rocket is, the one for the food is off. He did an amazing job with the base. Yes, he did. There's nothing like having good friends to help you build your base. Because I will admit to being a total mess. And I probably wouldn't have built this up here. I probably would have built down there by those two existing hangars. I wonder if you could put grates or foundations between those two hangars and build on top of it. That would be interesting.
Yeah, you could do that.
I wonder if it would let you, though.
As long as you're not clipping their, like, the prefabs, it should be fine, I think.
Yeah, but you know, this game is a little bit finicky about where it lets you build.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I'm going to give that a try before we wind this up in 2 minutes. And try not to fall on my backside and break my leg.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's not good for your health.
No.
Yes, it will let you build foundations. He really did, Country Lady. It's the best base I've seen so far. Not that I'd ever let him know that. You didn't hear it from me. Ooh, I can see one thing that might stop all that. Oh, wasn't trying to turn my light on. I don't know if that down there would keep you from going or not, but... And we do have animules out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yep, just petted one.
Nice.
And I'm bringing back the odd genetic trait. Oh, and I missed the ramp. Foot. Got a genetic trait number 9, bioluminescence.
Yep.
All righty then. We are 70, almost 71% to complete terraformation. We're at 3.20 TTI and 1.54 MTI. Biomass. And I think that's where we're going to leave it. And we'll be back Saturday morning playing this. I'm going to do something Friday morning. I still haven't determined what yet. I was going to give golf a rest. And, you know, do something different.
Yeah. Some of us are getting a little burnt out on golf.
Yeah. But okay, 9:31. We've done it. We've gone a minute over. No, we haven't.
Oh, there we go. Completely screwed up. Delete the game. We're gonna have to start all over again and blame it on Country Lady.
Yeah, well, he's got a point. Maybe we could.